Boom shakalaka, what's up everybody? Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, I am joined by Sam and Mehdi from Tokenmetrics, and we are taking a look at what could potentially be the #1 project for 2022 that nobody knows about, coming from the guy who discovered MATIC and HELIUM. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Today we're joined by Sam and Mehdi, and today we're going to be talking about an absolutely amazing project. This could be like one of the most exciting projects I've heard about in quite a while. Sam, who recently was behind finding HELIUM, he's found another hidden gem. We're going to be talking about it yet, but I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is just yet. First, we're going to go over what's going on in the market. What's up, Sam and Mehdi? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. So, Sam, this is your first time on the channel. So could you just real briefly give everyone an idea of what you do at Tokenmetrics?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Sam Monak. I'm the Chief People Officer at Tokenmetrics, handle all of our human resources. I was actually the first employee on Tokenmetrics to all the OG Tokenmetrics folks out there. I was the guy that was behind the spreadsheet. So I actually brought HELIUM to Ian in 2017. Other roles that I've done in Tokenmetrics, I was Director of Research like Mehdi is right now, where I work with Ian to create the fundamental analysis framework that we use to identify promising crypto projects. I helped find MATIC and HELIUM back in 2018. Those were the two big wins, and many more amazing projects. And I've also been head of investor relations and chief operating officer. That's a little bit about me.
Awesome. So you've definitely had your hand in a lot of the workings of Tokenmetrics, picking out some amazing projects so far. And then we've had Mehdi on recently. And Mehdi, just real briefly, what are you up to now? What's keeping you busy?
Yeah, at the moment, the markets have been very choppy. So difficult decision for a lot of our clients, whether to invest now, hold off a bit. Also, a lot of very interesting projects coming in the private side of the market, which means when the next bull market returns, there is going to be a lot of crazy innovation, especially on the cross-chain communication side.
Very interesting. So I see you mentioned there the next bull run, and this is something that I like to talk about on a regular basis, where we kind of are in terms of the market. And I completely agree with you how it's very choppy recently. It goes up, it goes down. $500 million gets liquidated. All types of fun stuff happening in crypto. So I want to ask you, both of you guys, before we get into this project that's probably going to crush it in the next bull run, what are your guys' feelings on the state of the market right now? Where are we? Is it time to be hesitant? Is it time to start, investing in legit projects? Is it time to, I don't know, do your own research? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, the inflation print was out yesterday. Core inflation, excluding the oil and the food supplies, it's 8.5%, right? And if you look at the macro environment, look at the treasury yields, the bond curve has inverted. Now, historically, when there's an inversion in the bond curve, that signals that recession is imminent. Now, this is a very funny market. You have inflation, you have recession. So what do you do? Let's say if you invest in equities at the moment, a lot of equities are also growth companies, and they'll suffer from inflation. So you cannot be very extremely highly overweight in that scenario. Now, since interest rates are rising, you cannot also be big overweight bonds, because if you buy bonds now, since it's inversely correlated with interest rate, the prices of bonds will fall down. So you cannot be overweight bonds. Then you can have some cash. I think in this environment, having some cash is good. But again, you still cannot be overweight, because at the end of the day, as Ray Dalio says, cash is trash. If inflation goes to 25%, and every year your cash is going to go down by 25%. So what do? I can only see opportunities in commodities and crypto. Now, with regards to commodities, a lot of the price action has been priced in. Like oil is at all-time highs, natural gas is at all-time highs. Same with gold and silver, and so on and so forth. So one thing which I'll say I'm cautiously optimistic for the long run is crypto. So even though crypto, because of the high interest rate, can make some investment risk averse. But long run, the tailwind for the crypto is amazing. A lot of innovations are happening. If you're in the private side of the market, each day you wake up and you see some crazy things that's happening. So the way I kind of see the market is that even though you have this headwind of inflation and recession, you have a tailwind of amazing innovation which will take the web to its next class, which is Web 3.0. And because of that reason, it's still a good time to just DCA, like dollar cost average, into crypto for the long run, even though the markets, the macro environment is not that great.
Sounds good. What's your thoughts, Sam?
Yeah, so I don't go too far into the markets and macro environment currently. Right now, I'm more focused on the people inside of Tokenmetrics. But what we did see in Tokenmetrics with our artificial intelligence was a bull flag or a bull signal on the total crypto market. So we haven't seen a bull signal for many months now on the low frequency trend indicator. So when we saw that, Ian actually told some of our VIP customers that he thinks that we may be in a bullish trend as we move forward. So after that bull signal hit, I actually bought a lot of Solana and then translated a lot of this Solana to this new project that we're talking about. And the Solana had gone up to 140 and now is coming back down. And I think that there's probably some pretty good room up. As some of these new cool projects are building on top of these infrastructure projects like Solana and some layer ones. So that's kind of where I'm thinking. I think that I think that it's time for a bull run and a bull market, but it might be a couple more months. Who really knows?
Yeah,
I think Ethereum 2.0. I think Ethereum 2.0 could be the make it or the break it moment for crypto. Like I feel if Ethereum smoothly transitions into 2.0, we go to like proof of stake, the scaling is solved within like next few months. Then I think it will be good times again for crypto. But if that fails, I think then the macro environment and the crypto things can get slightly nasty in my opinion, but I'm very optimistic looking at the market and the roadmap they have taken, like the amount of time they have taken to deliver Ethereum 2.0. Sam, I'm sure you have been hearing about Ethereum 2.0 since 2016-17. So finally we have that. Yeah, finally we have that. Hopefully they implement, hopefully they execute. If they execute, I kind of see Ethereum going back to its all-time high. If they don't execute, I think that may initiate again a bear market, or some of the other alternative L1s such as Solana, Near Protocol, Avalanche, all three which I'm bullish on, can start outperforming.
Awesome. Well, that's some great recommendations there. Now, I'm sure everybody's chomping at the bit. We made them wait long enough. Now, there is a project that you guys brought to my attention just the past few days, and I've been doing my own research on it, and I pretty much can't believe this project. Now, Sam, you previously picked out HELIUM. You were helpful in picking out MATIC. This is another project that you think could potentially do very well. And after looking at it, I agree with you 100%. So tell us, what is this? Don't make us wait any longer, please.
Yeah, so the project is called Steppen. So I'm excited about the actual play of the game Steppen, more so than I'm excited about like the long-term potential or short-term potential of the tokens that actually back the game. So two tokens, GST and GMT. What the app does, what Steppen does, is you purchase an NFT or several NFTs, and this allows you to move and earn. This is the new primitive that's come on the market. So by walking or running outside, you can earn GST, which is the utility token in the application. And I think that this might be one of the projects that can go mainstream and be a killer app. I had a kind of similar feeling about HELIUM in 2017, not comparing the projects at all, HELIUM and this, just comparing the excitement and like the feeling that I had in my chest about both of these projects. So a reason I think that is because I think that there's a good way that they can cross into mainstream. And I actually have been telling some of my friends that are outside of crypto that have not got involved in crypto, and they're coming in. And the same thing happened with HELIUM. When I would tell a couple of friends outside of crypto, they would come in, buy HELIUM hotspot, start mining HELIUM, making tens of thousands of dollars mining HELIUM in 2020, 2021. So now same thing is happening. I'm telling a couple of my friends, they're coming in, they're buying NFTs and they're moving and earning and they're making a good amount of money. It's not the situation where you are earning a bunch of helium and then you hold your helium forever because it's an infrastructure play that is going to continue. Helium will continue to raise in price. That's where I'm thinking with helium. With this, it's more like moving and earning right now and expecting for the masses to come and us being quite early on it. You know, I think there's around 200,000 people that are using the application right now. So it's in my gut feeling like a network that's growing extremely, extremely rapidly. And I think that it's going to continue to have crazy network effects. And that's kind of the high level of my thought process right now.
Yeah, so I'll just make it a bit more structured. So we analyzed Steppen project around, I think, late December, early January. And we thought, okay, this is very interesting. It's a project that can do well. It's scored high 70s, which is good. Now, Sam became very bullish on it because he became an actual user of the NFTs and he was earning money. Like my initial concern was that this is very similar to XC Infinity. Now, XC Infinity, when you are early in it, you made a lot of money, you played the game, you earned money. But then eventually what happened was people were just playing it so they can earn the tokens and dump it in the market, which is also a concern in Steppen. Like at the moment, it's new, it's fresh, everybody's getting in, everybody's enjoying, walking, what have you. But then eventually that selling pressure will come in. So I told Sam, like, okay, Sam, like this looks like to be like XC Infinity and also kind of like a Ponzi, you know, like it might pump up and then dump because XC Infinity did that. So he was like, no, just have a look. Just let's have an open mind. Let's have a discussion. So there was a furious debate between me and him. And then I was convinced that, you know what, the best thing to play this phenomena, which is rather than play to earn, move to earn, is by owning the NFT. So there are multiple benefits you get. So for example, even if the token price goes down, you are making token, you are earning those tokens by walking. So you're making free money. Secondly, it will become a habit. Like habit is an implicit utility that we don't take into account. So it's something that people as a souvenir or as an NFT to kind of showcase their fitness journey will own. So that is a demand driver, which I wasn't able to comprehend. And after having a discussion with Sam, the habit and the souvenir of becoming part of fitness spoke to me. Then I got the founder on my podcast, 100X Show and Tokenmetrics. So I'll drop the link in the description. So the founder, when I spoke with the founder, his ambition was to not just make it into a gaming app. He wanted to gamify the fitness element, but he wanted to make it a social app. So you can take participation in marathons eventually. You can own the NFT and rent it out to somebody else who was trying to lose weight, for example, and there could be a split between 70% earnings going to the original owner of the NFT and 30% who doesn't have the resources to earn money. So we came to a conclusion like next 6 months to maybe perhaps a year. This app will have huge network effects. And let me just share my screen and I'll show you some of the numbers we have. In terms of network effect, we have been able to see with this app.
All right, you should be able to share now.
Awesome. So first metric, if you look at the website visit, I think this is the most natural metric to see. So in like we were getting bullish between January and February. I got the founder a couple of weeks ago, but you can see a big vertical spike. Like it has just become exponential. Like this is the nature of a network effect. So the number of people just visiting Steppen just to learn about it or buy the NFT has just gone up from 300,000 to maybe 2.5 million people just going to the website. Now let's look into some of the actual data in terms of new and existing active users of Steppen. So you can see each day, like there's 10% of the total user base is growing. So that is how like 300%, like not even 300%, 3,000% growth in a month, which is crazy. So the existing people who are coming in numbers, like all the existing people are coming in numbers, and new users are also coming to the platform. So this is the nature of network effect, and this is what Sam alluded earlier, Helium also kind of exhibited the same similar behavior. So all the metrics were in favor of Steppen, like active deposit users, number of users, and GST price increasing because there's a big demand. But we are also cognizant of the market condition, and we are also cognizant of what happened with XC Infinity. So we come up with the conclusion that, again, not financial advice, NFT is the way forward rather than owning the token. So even if you don't make money, at least you made a habit of walking and improving your health. So it's a win-win in any case.
I think when I took a look at it, it reminded me of Axie Infinity, like you mentioned, especially with the 2-token structure. But also what it really reminded me of was Pokemon Go. And if you guys remember back, I don't remember how long ago that was, everybody was just playing. They would just be walking around everywhere playing Pokemon Go. So like, I remember you couldn't even walk down the street. I was at the time at the in San Antonio at the Riverwalk, and people were playing all over the place, and you like couldn't even walk down the Riverwalk because people were so crazy obsessed with it. So I think that's definitely a possibility for Steppen.
Right, and then you can imagine the AR that Steppen could do down the line if they continue to grow like they're growing right now and have so much money at their disposal. There's some cool artificial or augmented reality things that they could do in the app.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
speaking to the founder.
Oh, go for it, Mehdi.
Yes.
So,
yeah. Sorry. So speaking to the founder, I also realized he is very cognizant of the fact what happened with XC Infinity, and he has looked into a lot of gaming projects. So he wants to create the first P2E or move to earn game out there or social fi platform where there will be 3 tokens. So he's thinking about launching another token, which potentially could be airdropped to the NFT world. That being said, he also wants to go one step ahead, and he wants to make the platform a social platform. So let's say anybody else, fitness-related NFTs or other types of NFTs, if they want to build a community, they can decentralize their community by airdropping them to the Steppen users, because these Steppen users are firstly improving their health, and also the earnings of the Steppen goes to kind of for good purposes. So GMT is used to offset carbon emission. So 20-30% of all the revenue that is earned by the whole economy is used to offset carbon. So there's an ESG theme to it. So I think this ESG theme will be attracted to a lot of NFT projects that launch in the future, and they'll airdrop those NFTs to Steppen sneaker holder. Apart from that, they're already partnering up with different brands. Like I don't know how to pronounce it. I think Basic, was it Basic that they partnered up with? They're also thinking about partnering up with Adidas in the future, and there is also optionality of them partnering up with some luxury brands. So just imagine if they partner with some of the luxury brands, you can start to see the floor price of already quite hyped up NFT increasing significantly. So all of these reasons just makes me bullish and of the prospect in terms of the NFT at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it definitely makes a case for holding on to the NFTs. I think another thing that is worthwhile to discuss with people is, we were talking about it briefly before we started recording, but kind of a reason to get involved now as opposed to waiting a week or a month or whatever. Are you comfortable just giving people an idea of how much money is actually made here going for walks?
Yeah, so it's been a little bit nuts for me, definitely. And I did get involved in before that crazy spike went up. So I was at the beginning. So obviously I'm going to be in a little bit of a better position. But I bought one shoe at end of February. Because my analyst had bought one in the middle of February. His cost 4 Solana. And then when I saw mine was 8 Solana, I was like, well, oh my God, it's already doubled. And he was making $40 a day walking. So then I was like, all right, I got to get in now. So I bought my shoes. And the first shoe I started making like $10 a day. So then I bought 2 more so I could have 3, so I could earn for 20 minutes instead of 10 minutes. If you have 1 or 2 shoes, you only earn for 10 minutes a day. But with 3, I could earn for 20 minutes a day. And at that point, I was making like $50 a day. And I saw, okay, so it's going to take me like 50 days to return my money. And I'm confident that this is going to continue to grow at an exponential rate. So then I bought 9 or 6 more shoes. And then I bought 3 for both of my parents. And then I started leveling my shoes up. And at that point, I was my parents had 3 shoes each, so they're probably making around $50 a day, and then I was making around $100 a day, and then every day I level my shoes up and I increase my efficiency, which is the metric or attribute that helps you to earn more money. And each day my earnings have gone up $10, $20 a day, and now we're at the point where my shoe. Well, yesterday I went for a walk. I earned 96 GST, which is, I think they're around $5 a coin now. So that's around, $480, $490. But then I repair my shoe, which costs like $80. So that's $400 for me. My parents are earning $150 each, paying $50 to repair their shoes, so $100 each. So they're at the point where they're earning for me. So now I'm at like $600 daily, which, yes, is quite crazy. But I'm also earning mystery boxes. And mystery box, yesterday I got a rare mystery box that could have like $1,000 worth of gems in the game. So the game is addictive and it hooks you. And the reason that it hooks you is because they essentially figured out let me just share my screen and show this one thing that I showed my team this, I think end of February, maybe beginning of March. So this is BJ Fogg. He's a Stanford behavioral scientist. And what he says is behavioral equals motivation times ability times prompt. So I was actually trying to figure out how to get my team to fill out our 15-5, which is a platform that we use to identify how everybody is feeling in the company. So I was trying to do that. And then I noticed Steppen figured this out. So normally when I was also trying to figure out how to get myself to exercise. So if you want to get yourself to do something, BJ Fogg, the Stanford guy, says you need to make it easier to do, from hard to do to easy to do. So essentially you would say, okay, I'll put my shoes next to the door in the morning, and then I'll go for a run with my shoes. I don't need to go for a run. I just need to put my shoes next to the door. That's the habit. That's a tiny habit. His book is Tiny Habits, talking about tiny habits, because no one figured out a way to increase motivation. Well, the Steppen app actually did figure this out. So now my going for a 45-minute walk, that should be hard for me to do. Normally was hard for me to do because I got all my crypto stuff and my company and all that. But I don't miss my 45-minute walk when I'm making $400. So it was hailing a couple of days ago, and I'm out, I'm walking through the hail because I need to go and make the money. So that's really cool that they figured out how to increase motivation. And it's been very, very amazing to see how many people who have started using this application and actually transforming their lives. Like even my dad, who is a little bit overweight, doesn't miss a walk anymore. And I'm really, really happy to see how this increased motivation is affecting his lifestyle and his health. So that's a little bit about what I've done with the app.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, it makes a big case for getting involved now, because you probably get higher rewards now than waiting for them. Not only that, by having the NFTs now, it lines you up for potential airdrops in the future. So it's just something where I think people should definitely check it out. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna start using it myself too.
Just one word of caution. So getting exposure through NFT is the best way to play this. And I think till the end of this year, there aren't investor unlocks. Like these tokens will have investor unlocks, and the investor got in at a valuation of 20 million. And right now valuation is around 12 to 14 billion, like around that level. So I'm assuming a lot of investors will sell. So you still have about 6-7 months, like 6 to 8 months just to play around with it, earn as much as you can, maybe lose weight, improve your health while having fun and accumulate those. It's in these type of scenarios, in these types of setups, it's always pays to be early rather than late.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think some also good thing to think about is some of the metrics. Like Axie has 2.2 million monthly active players. This project is around 100 or 200,000 daily active users, and it's like a hockey stick graph. MapMyFitness is the largest mobile fitness community with 20 million registered users. They've got tens of millions of downloads. Then Peloton has like 6 million members. Strava has 76 million users. If the whole altcoin market and big blockchain gaming narrative explodes, we could really be quite early with this. We might see valuations of altcoins that we did in Q1. Fitness is an industry valued at $4.7 trillion, growing at double-digit pace year over year. The world has 400 million running app users, and 1 billion people use walking, jogging, or running as their daily exercise. So that's like some big numbers that you can think of. Obviously, if the music stops playing and the token economic model doesn't hold up, then we could be not in a great situation. That's why don't invest more than you're willing to lose is always something that you have to keep in mind when you're talking crypto.
Very, very wise words. It's always useful. Remember, it can all go to zero, but let's hope it doesn't, you know?
Right. So you thinking of getting some, Randall?
I'm gonna download the app and start tomorrow. Absolutely. Yeah, because why not? I mean, literally, what do you have to lose? You download the app, you pay however many SOL for an NFT, you try it out, and then if you like it, you can buy some more NFTs. And hopefully, I mean, I think that you guys sharing this is really sharing it very, very early on, because it's not. I mean, my job is looking at cryptocurrencies. I didn't hear about it until I heard about it from you guys, and I think that it's probably just the beginning of that hockey stick in terms of growth. Yeah,
we wanted to bring it first to your community, because crypto love community has been huge for Tokenmetrics, and we love crypto love.
Dude, we love you too, and we've been having so much fun. For anyone who hasn't checked out Tokenmetrics, there is a discounted link down in the description. We'll put down there Mehdi's interview with Steppen, and also a link to Steppen itself, so you guys can find that stuff easily. But anything else that you'd like to say about Steppen, about whatever, before we sign off?
Yeah, I think that we should just a tiny touch on how to get involved in the game, so this would be good for you, Randall. I think the first shoe that you buy, what do you normally do? Are you normally walking?
I normally walk. Yeah.
And how much are you walking a day?
About an hour.
Yeah. So if you walk an hour, that's what I do. And I just do that to meditate, essentially. But what I did, so for you have a little bit more, a little bit more money. So you could probably get up to 9 shoes pretty quickly. But with your community, so people who have a little less crypto, maybe you start with 1 shoe. If you're a walker, that's between 1 and 6 kilometers an hour, and you want to get 1 shoe, that's 10 minutes of walking a day. A jogger would be between 4 and 10 kilometers an hour. My mom and dad are both walkers, but I bought them joggers because the jogger, pushes them to move a little bit quicker. And then a runner is between 8 and 20 kilometers an hour, which can get uncomfortable if you do it every single day. So definitely keep that in mind. But a trainer is between 1 and 20 kilometers an hour. So you can do whatever you want with the trainer. So that would be what I recommend to you, Randall, is get a nice trainer. So a trainer will have, they will have 4 different metrics that you're looking at. They're called attributes: efficiency, comfort, luck, and resilience. The efficiency number has to be high, your base efficiency number. So you'll pay a little bit more to buy a higher base efficiency trainer. So, but I definitely recommend that, because that will be the shoe that you continue to level up. And as you level it up, you can add more points to the efficiency. So I think you'll be able to add 4 points every single time you level up. But you'll also want an efficiency socket. So next to the shoe, there's 4 different sockets. You're going to want to get an efficiency socket, which will allow you to put gems on it and increase your base efficiency. So that's definitely big thing to know. High efficiency socket and trainer for you. And then the other shoes that you get don't really matter as much.
Very cool. Yeah, that's great advice. I'm definitely gonna do that as ASAP.
Yeah, maybe start with 3. So get a nice one, a nice trainer, and then 2 other shoes that are like a walker or jogger. Zero mint is actually better, because then you can mint them together. And I've actually had a really good time minting shoes. I minted in front of our premium customers, and I got an uncommon shoe. So I paid $800 to mint, take the 2 NFTs, have a shoe baby, our chief marketing officer calls it. And then the shoe baby that I had was an uncommon, which I then sold on the market for $7,000. So that was a little fun thing that I did in front of the customers. That's lucky, very lucky. You only have a 3% chance of doing that. But then I also did that in front of our team. So I actually minted 2 uncommon shoes together and then got 2 uncommon shoes, which I sold for 12 grand. So that's the reason that I'm completely, I've paid myself back. I got lucky doing that. So don't think that minting is gonna, make you all the money. But I recommend minting, especially if the cost of minting with GST is less than the cost of buying a shoe on the market.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, awesome. Thanks for the advice. And I'm definitely gonna get started. Mehdi, anything you wanted to say before we sign off?
Yeah. One thing I observed with Sam was like initially, like whatever he was earning, he was just putting it in the game itself, which is fine. So one advice I would have is just use your earning to level up, but just don't be too greedy. Like once you kind of achieve that level of snicker, then perhaps whatever you earn additionally or marginally, just sell it and then convert it to Solana or USDT.
Yeah. So if you got 1 shoe, get to level 9 and then start converting to Solana and pulling your money out. Probably if you got 3 shoes, level 19, and then start doing that. If you got 9 shoes or more, that's where I am. I'm going all the way up to level 30 and I'm earning GMT. That's my objective right now.
Awesome. Well, that's great advice. I'm very excited to get started in it, and I'm sure everybody watching also is. So there will be links down in the description for Tokenmetrics, for the interview with Mehdi, and also for Steppen. So thank you guys so much for taking the time, and thank you so much for sharing this with us. I think we're going to have a lot of happy viewers.
Yes, of course. We love sharing things with you, and we'd love to continue sharing projects. And everyone who's interested, this is definitely a good time to use Randall's link, his affiliate link, and come and join Tokenmetrics. We would love to have you.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We'll catch you later, and we'll see you on sometime soon.
All right. Thanks.
Peace.
Yes.
Peace.